Edmund Emil Kemper III was born in Burbank, California on December 18, 1948. He was the middle child of 3 children and the only son born to Colonel Elizabeth Kemper, a native of Montana, and Edmund Emil Kemper Jr. Edmund Jr. was a World War veteran who, after a war, tested nuclear weapon at the Pacific Provide Ground before returning to California, where he worked as an electrician. Colonel often complained about her husband's menial electrician job. Edmund Jr. later stated suicide mission in wartime and the atomic bomb testing were nothing compared to living with Colonel, and that she affected him more than 396 days and nights of fighting on the front of what he did. On August 27, 1964, at the age of 15, Kemper killed his grandmother, Maudie Matilda Kemper, with a rifle after an argument, shooting her once in the head and twice at the back, then stabbing her several times. When Kemper's grandfather Edmund Emil Kemper Sr. came home, Kemper fatally shot him in the driveway. Kemper phoned his mother, who told him to call police. Kemper did so and waited for the police to arrive. Kemper told the police that he just wanted to see what it felt to kill grandma, and later he killed his grandfather because he was angry with Kemper. Psychiatrist Donald Lunde, who interviewed Kemper during adulthood, wrote, "In his way, he has avenged the rejection of both his father and mother." Kemper's crimes were deemed incomprehensible for a 15 years to commit, and court psychiatric diagnosed him with paranoid schizophrenia. He was sent to Atascadero State Hospital, a maximum security facility in San Luis Obispo County that housed of mentally ill convicts. Mary Ann Pesce and Anita Lucchesa. On May 7, 1972, Kemper was driving in Berkeley when he picked up 2 18-year-old hitchhiking students from Fresno State University, Mary Ann Pesce and Anita Mary Lucchesa, with the pretense of taking them to Stanford University. After driving for an hour, he managed to reach a secluded wooded area near Alameda, with which he was familiar from his work at the highway department, without alerting his passenger that he has changed direction from where they wanted to go. It was there that he handcuffed Pesce and locked Lucchesa in the trunk, then stabbed and strangled Pesce to death, subsequently killing Lucchesa in similar manner. Also note that he chose the woman because they seem upper middle class and better class for people that's scrungy, messy, dirty, smelly, hippie, and I wasn't interested in. Kemper put both of the woman's body in the trunks of his Ford Galaxy and returned to his apartment. He was stopped on the way by the police officer for having the broken taillight, but the officer did not detect the corpse in the car. Kemper's roommate was not at home, so he took the bodies into his apartment, where he photographed and had a sexual intercourse with the naked corpse before dismembering them. He then put the body part into the plastic bag, which he later abandoned near Loma Prieta Mountain. Before disposing Pesce and Lucchesa, severe head in a ravine. Kemper engaged in irrumatio with both them. In August of that year, Pesce's skull was found in Loma Prieta Mountain. An extensive search failed to turn up for the rest of Pesce's remains or trace of Lucchesa. Haikoku. On the evening of September 14, 1972, Kemper picked up a 15-year-old dance student named Aikoko, who was decided to hitchhike to a dance class after missing her bus. He again drove to a remote area where he pulled a gun on Ko before accidentally locking himself out in his car. However, Ko let him back inside. Despite the fact that the gun was still in the car, back inside the car, he proceeded to choke her until unconscious, rape her, and kill her. Kemper subsequently packed Ko's body into the trunks of his car and went to a nearby bar to have a few drinks, then returned to his apartment. He later confessed that after exiting the bar, he opened the trunks of his car, admiring catch like a fisherman. Back in his apartment, he had sexual intercourse with the corpse, then disposed of the remaining in a similar manner which previous to victim that he done. Ku's mother called the police to report the disappearance of her daughter and put up 100 flyers asking for information. But she didn't receive any response regarding her daughter's status and location. Rosalind Travis and Alison Liu. On February 5, 1973, after a heated argument with his mother, Kemper left his house and searched for possible victim. With heightened suspicion of a serial killer preying of a hitchhiker in a Santa Cruz area, students had been advised to accept rides from any car with university sticker on them. Kemper was able to obtain the sticker, as his mother is working in UC Santa Cruz. He separately encountered 23 years old Rosalind Heather Torps and 20 years old Alison Liu in UCSC campus. According to Kemper, he first encountered Torps as she exited a building, having attended a lecture. Torps entered from the front passenger seat and, believing Kemper to be a fellow student, began chatting amiably as he drove. Shortly thereafter, he observed Liu, whom he described as a small Chinese girl, having a ride. Kemper stopped his vehicle and Liu entered the seat at the back. Shortly thereafter, Kemper slowed his vehicle, then shot Torps in the head with a pistol, and then he turned toward Liu as she called and screamed in the back seat of his car. He first 2 shots missed at the terrified girl, although the third bullet hit her in the temple. Their bodies were wrapped in the blanket. Kemper again brought his victim bodies back to his mother's house. This time he beheaded them in his car and carried the headless corpse in his mother's house and to have the sexual intercourse with them. He then dismembered the body, removed the bullet to prevent identification, and discarded the remaining at the morning. Some remains were found in Eden Canyon a week later, and more found in the near Route 1 in March. Kemper was indicted on 8 counts of first-degree murder on May 7, 1973. He was assigned the Chief Public Defender of Santa Cruz County Attorney Jim Jackson. Due to the Kemper explicit and detailed confession, his counsel only option was to plead not guilty by the reason of insanity to the charge. Kemper attempted suicide twice while in custody. His trial went ahead on October 23, 1973. On November 1, Kemper took the stand. He testified that he killed the victim because he wanted them for massage-like position and attempted to convince the jury that he was insane based on the reasoning of his action could have been committed only by someone with an aberrant mind. He stated that 2 beings inhabited his body and that when the killer personality took over, it was kind of the blacking out. On 8 of 1973, the 6-man, 6-woman jury deliberated for 5 hours before declaring Kemper sane and guilty for all the counts. He asked for the death penalty, requesting for the death by torture. However, with a moratorium placed in the capital punishment by a Supreme Court of California, he instead received 7 years to life for each count, with this term to be served concurrently, and was sentenced to the California Medical Facility in Berkeley. Kemper was first eligible for parole in 1979. He was denied parole that year, as well as at parole hearing in 1980, 1981, and 1982. He subsequently waived his right to hearing in 1985. He was denied parole at his 1988 hearing, where he said, "Society is not ready in any shape or form for me. I can't fault them for that." He was denied the parole again in 1991 and in 1994. He then waived his right to hear in 1997 and 2002. He attended the next hearing on 2007, where he was again denied a parole. Prosecutor Ariadne Simon said, "We don't care how much of a model prisoner he is because of the enormity of his crime." Kemper waived his right again on hearing on 2012. He was denied parole on 2017, and after declining to attend the parole hearing on 2024, Kemper was again denied a parole. He is next eligible in 2031. Following his 2024 parole hearing, it was reported that Kemper was on wheelchair-bound and suffering with diabetes and coronary artery disease. A psychiatric evaluation conducted in April 2024 classified him as high risk to reoffend. So that's all the story for today. And today I am telling the story in English. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!